I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in UK test part 293. The British Constitution, part 2, and we're just trying to answer the question at the end of the chapter while doing leg stretching, and if you participate in the leg stretching, that is at your own risk. Starting with the first leg stretching exercise, and we're doing these exercises quite long, so do them only as long as you want to do them. Laying one foot in front, and we're pulling the toes in, and we're contracting from time to time the quad muscles. So starting with contraction of the quad muscles. The next thing is, we should understand the role of the House of Commons and the House of Lords. I'm making politics. What did they say? So the role. Okay, so there are these parliamentary these constituencies. These are these regions, and we're relaxing again the contraction. These are these regions of which a member of parliament is voted in for. The one with the most votes becomes the MP of the country, or of that region, of that constituency. And they are then in the House of Commons, and contract again. And there they represent their constituency, they talking about new laws, they discussing, debating, and they also commenting on what the government is doing. And release the contraction again. And the House of Lords, we are the peers in, and it had changed a bit. In the past, it was that they were heredity, so they inherited their title, and we're contracting again. And they were senior judges and bishops, but then they were called for lifetime by the Prime Minister, and or also by an independent appointments commission for non-party peers. But today, since 1999, hereditary peers have lost the automatic right to attend the House of Lords. They now elect a few of their number to represent them in the House of Lords. Who is they? Since 1999, hereditary peers have lost the automatic right to attend the House of Lords. They now elect a few of their number. Who is they? The peers? Someone is electing someone, and they are then representing in the House of Lords. And release a contraction again. And in the House of Lords, there are amendments and new laws proposed, and the House of Lords controls that the House of Commons does is fit for the purpose. So they are looking at the laws which the House of Commons says, they're looking at that again with another view, and we're contracting again. And it makes sure that the government works in the best interests of the people. They are specialists in particular areas, the people of the House of Lords oftentimes. And so they are specialists in, we had here by the other one, said many of the peers then had or have careers in politics and business and law or another profession. So we're looking with another light onto the laws proposed by the House of Commons. We're releasing a contraction for last time. And the House of Commons is the more mighty one. It has the power to overrule the House of Lords. Let us see it written here. The House of Commons is regarded as the more important of the two chambers in the Parliament, and the House of Commons can overrule the House of Lords. And we're contracting for last time. So I think we know more or less the role of the House of Commons. No, I don't really think we know what the Speaker does. But we went to what it would be. What the Speaker does. The Speaker, he's elected, or he or she is elected once a year. Was it in here? I don't know how often. But the Speaker is... We don't know how often the Speaker is chosen, but the Speaker is chosen by the MPs in a secret ballot. We're changing the leg, and the Speaker should be neutral, and the leg in front. We are pulling again the toes in, and we're contracting the muscles. The Speaker is neutral, and he makes sure that everyone has time to say what is going on. And that the rules of the Parliament are followed, and that the opposition has a guaranteed amount of time to debate. So the Speaker is managing that whole thing. So it is a bigger end how the UK elects MPs. Now there are these constituencies. These are some types of countries, some areas, a few kilometers every time, and the people there can then vote for a person who says that they want to be the MP for the region. And if that person gets the most votes, make a comment also comments. Readings of a contraction, but I give you like that. Now we're through with these check things here. That means we're having time for something else. So if you're just here for the government or rather the prime minister, then you can go directly to the next one. And we're contracting again the muscles, and we're having as a new landmark, we had them already on, as a new landmark, the Tower of London. No, really trying to know. So the Tower of London, it is in London. It was first built by William the Conqueror, so there the first building started. And there's still one tower standing, the White Tower, I think was it. One of the towers, the White Tower. And it was in 1466, was a Norman conquest. And there are the people, the Yemen warders, also known as beef eaters, who are touring visitors. And there are also the crown jewels, some represented. And release the contraction again, but keep it stretch. So the Tower of London, the people there are called Yemen warders, or beef eaters. They're going to ask, who's known as the beef eaters? And then we have to know that these are the people in the Tower of London. So beef eaters, or is it really beef eaters? It's beef eaters. Beef eaters or the Yemen warders. And contract again, it's Yemen warders or beef eaters. It's the last time I did it. So, then the Tower of London. Yemen warders, beef eaters. And then we can use the time and look for something else. Do we have anything to learn so really? We are not so completely with traditional meals, so changing to exercise. The second exercise, so the leg to the outside and the torso pointing forward, and we're just pressing a bit into the ground with the leg. The anchor changes stability there. So what is in haggis? There's a sweet, offal, and onions, and oatmeal. Offal, sweet, onions, and oatmeal. And an oyster fry, there's beef, sausage, eggs, black pudding, white pudding, tomatoes, mushrooms, sauerbraten, and potato bread. What do we have else? We can learn actors. What are we asked to actors? We have no list like the films or the artists like that. Let's look if we had 4 or 5 works by Graham Greene here. So The Heart of the Matter, Our Man from Havana, Brighton Rock, The Honorary Council. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4. Okay, we had 4. And we're releasing the stretch a bit, but we're keeping the leg there. Now we can try to understand the poems again. Sir Robert Browning, Home from Abroad. Out to be in England now that April's there, and whoever wakes in England sees, some morning unaware, that the lowest boughs and the brushwood sheaf round the elm tree bole are in tiny leaf, while the chaffinch sings on the orchard door in England now. And press again a bit into the ground. Now let's try to understand Lord Byron's She Walks in Beauty. She walks in beauty, like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes. I don't get it. I think it's normal, but I don't get it. And in a longer exercise, I'm going to read William Wordsworth's The Daffodil. The daffodil is the flower of Wales. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. And we're changing the leg. You have a leg to the side, torso pointing forward, and we're pressing a bit into the ground. William Blake the Tiger, and I think it's just an next version of what it's called. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of a night, what the mortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry. And Wilfred Owen, Anthem for Doomed Youth. What passing bells for these who die as cattle, Only the monstrous anger of the guns, only the stuttering rifles' rapid rattle can batter out the hasty orisons. And we were already here. Let's do the national anthem again. The first verse that we only have here. God save our gracious King, long live our noble King, God save the King. Send him victorious, happy and glorious, long the reign over us, God save the King. Do we learn the constitutional institutions? My problem is that I'm not so sure if these all constitutional institutions, in the sense of they are all more or less equally important. So the police, is the police a constitutional institution? Yes, it is. It has the power of the government and executes the power of the government and the laws. And civil service, are this the soldiers? I don't know. And we release no contract to keep them like that. So I'm not sure. And if we include police and civil service, are there some missing here? Because it gets broader. It starts with the monarch and the parliament, the prime minister, the politicians, and yes, when we have the legislating, the judiciary and the cabinet, and yes, then police and civil service and local government gets again into the. But if we learn I'm afraid that we may be missing 2 or 3, and that we're including 2 and 3, which don't really fit, something like that. But why not? And for last time, the president. So the monarchy and the parliament, which is House of Commons and House of Lords. So monarchy and parliament, prime minister and cabinet. Who's the cabinet? That way is the next thing. Monarchy, parliament, prime minister and cabinet. Judiciary. So judiciary. Now it goes on with police. So monarchy, prime minister, monarchy, parliament, prime minister, cabinet. Prime minister, cabinet. Monarchy, parliament. Monarchy, parliament, prime minister, cabinet. Prime minister, cabinet. Prime minister, cabinet. If the cabinet is the thing of it, we're coming to the next part. Prime minister, cabinet, police, judiciary. First judiciary. Judiciary, police, civil service, and local government. Again, a leg to the outside, we're having a flex foot, and we're bringing it up, and again in. So the monarchy and parliament, and then prime minister and cabinet, the judiciary, police, and the civil service, and then also the local government. Are we going to ask the 6 things which the chartists? It would be so easy. I mean, it's so easy to lose a point there, if it's asked. I mean, we don't learn it. So, every man to have a vote and elections every year. Every man to have a vote and elections every year. And for all regions to be equal in the electoral systems. Every man to vote every year, every man every year to vote, every region equal. Every man is secretly in every region equal every year to vote. For any man to vote and be voted for. To vote and be voted for with payment. Every man in every region in a secret voting to be vote and to voting for every man in every region and for every man in every region. We're changing the leg. We have a leg out and we bring it up. And man is written with an A. So I think that means only the masculine people. And not man in the sense of more. So man, so I think they demanded only for the male and not for women. So for every man in every region, a secret voting every year. For every man every year. For every man every year in every region. For every man everywhere. For every man in every year in every region, a secret voting and voted for with pay. Let's take that and then we're going to look what we're going to miss with living them so. We don't have really time left to do anything useful really. Number 4 flowers. England, the rose, and Scotland the thistle, and Wales, the daffodil, and Northern Ireland, the shamrock. And St. George's Day of England is the 24th April. 17th March is St. Patrick Island. And Scotland is the 30th November. St. Andrew and Wales is St. David 1st March. And now we are done with the leg stretching. We're going to end in the butterfly stretch, the soles of the feet together. We are tall up with the back and we're leaning a bit in front. You can keep the position for half a minute or something like that. I don't have time with. I thank you very much and until next time.